Are you struggling with feeling stuck in your life journey? Does it seem as if the challenges or conflicts that you keep experiencing are on repeat? Healing through feeling could be your new way through to a more satisfying life. Now, here is the host of the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide, Sharyn Nichols.
Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. I am Sharyn Nichols, and you are listening to the Feel to Heal show. And I help people that are experiencing unfulfilling family, love, and business relationships achieve success and satisfaction through therapy and human design. And I have an incredible Facebook group called Feel to Heal. Please, if you're on Facebook, please join. The group has been created to have an interactive and ongoing conversation about your feelings and how you can heal them and how you can work through what you need to work through with guidance and support and some tools. So please join me in the Facebook group. And of course, you can also always contact me at Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. And I would also love to set up a consultation call. So today's content, today is going to be about speaking with verbal intent. So do you think before you speak? Because the most powerful words that we use are the ones when we talk to ourselves and each other. So I wanted to start today with the meditation that I wasn't able to fully finish last week because it's still about opening up the throat chakra, which is all about speaking with verbal intent. So wherever you are right now, if you are able and you're in a safe place, please allow your eyes to close and notice the rise and fall of your chest, the natural rhythm of breathing. Sit with the breath for a few moments. If you find that your thoughts are wandering, let them come. It's okay. Welcome them. And then gently bring your awareness back to your breath. Always be kind to yourself. So receiving a breath, breathing in deeply, first into the diaphragm and then into your chest. Inhale as deeply as you can. Slowly begin to release your breath, starting with your chest and then into your belly. Bringing your intention to the root of your being, the base of your spine. Imagine that there's a tiny ball of red energy that is just spinning there. Moving up your attention to your sacral chakra, which is just below your navel. And notice or imagine an orange ball spinning in its creative juices. And moving up to the solar plexus, which is just above the navel, there's a tiny ball of yellow energy spinning. That's your power. And continuing to move up, at the center of your chest is your heart chakra. And notice a tiny ball of green energy also spinning. So now you have all these energies in the lower chakras and the connector of the heart spinning. So these red, orange, and yellow green balls are beginning to grow. And as they get bigger, the energy is now moving to your throat, moving up to the third eye, there's a little ball of this beautiful indigo blue color to your crown. Violet, a violet ball of energy. So now all your balls of energy are moving. Let's move back down to the throat. The throat chakra, which is located right here at the base of the throat. This blue ball, vibrant blue, is spinning. And with each breath, you want to grow this blue light. Expand in your neck first, then to your mouth, to your ears, and your entire head. Just spinning until you're in this bubble of blue, luminescent, sparkly, beautiful light. Let's hold that blue light for 3 breaths. Focus this beautiful, beautiful blue light at the back of your throat. Coat your throat with this blissful light, both inside and out. And don't forget the back. Illuminate your voice box, your thyroid, and all around your neck. Send this light into your mouth to coat your teeth, your tongue, and your lips. Let this light expand to your ears, awakening your ability to listen to your own thoughts and to those positive words that come from others. This light heals all these areas as it moves over them. The blue filaments of light will glide over and all around your throat, strengthening your voice. Allow your breath to be normal. And in a moment, I will guide you through a few slower breaths before beginning to chant the word hum. You can chant it silently, whisper it, or say the word aloud. Hum resonates with the throat chakra, awakening it and strengthening it. So as you breathe, bring the air into your belly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale one more time. Exhale. Now on the next exhale, we're going to chant the hum. So inhale. Mm. 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 Allowing your breath to return to normal. Noticing that the blue light still surrounds you, your voice, and all the areas in your throat chakra. And before coming out of the meditation, I invite you to repeat some affirmations to yourself or out loud. I speak my truth. I have a voice. I am understood. I am a good listener. I communicate respectfully and lovingly with myself and others. When you are ready, allowing your eyes to open. And receiving a breath. And just filling your breath and yourself with peace and love and gratitude for getting you here to this exact moment, for allowing yourself to speak your truth always. And now that we've opened our throat chakras, I am certainly going to be speaking with intent. And so when we come back from break, I'm going to get into some of the juicy content that I have with regards to specific words, and then how to use them or not use them, and then some ideas on what you can do for yourself and for others when people are speaking unkind to you or you're speaking unkind to yourself. See you in a minute.
At different times on our life journey, we can feel stuck and struggle with seeing our way through. What if the answer to the struggle is just to go deeper than the surface? By tuning in to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols, you'll receive insight and guidance on exploring your feelings in order to heal yourself. Are you ready to create a more satisfying, peaceful, and successful life? Listen for the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, You can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols Show with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also ask questions or comments by email by sending to Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. For those of you just joining, I just did a meditation to open up the throat chakra because today's topic is speaking with intent. So please join me in the chat room if you're listening live. I would love to hear what you have to say. I would love to hear your comments or read your comments and answer any questions that you may have. Just need to go to inspiredchoices.com and click on the chat. Click on chat room on the menu bar, and then from there, my incredible producers will guide you into being part of the conversation. Language, which is what we use when we speak, is one of the most powerful and potent tools that we have. Our mouth can speak words to uplift and to also destroy. So when we use positive words, much like the affirmations that I said before, we have the power to encourage and help build self-esteem, and we can make someone feel good, along with also ourselves. So did you know that your brain is actually hardwired to process more negative information than positive? We've been trained, we've been conditioned to think negatively. I mean, I remember when I would say mom, my mother would just say no. And I couldn't understand. I hadn't even asked the question. Maybe I was just even making a statement. I was just saying mom to see if she could answer me wherever she was. And it is so automatic that we don't even realize that we're doing it. So scientists call this phenomenon the negativity bias. So we tend to pay more attention to negative stimuli as a learning experience. So to be an effective communicator, you can overcome this negativity bias by challenging your negative self-talk and using mindfulness exercises like meditation and mindful breathing. So you can relearn, so you can recondition, and it can even help you change or reframe past events, and change your attitude toward them. I'm all about changing your perspective. Sometimes it literally is just turning around, just doing a full 360 to change your perspective, because once you turn, you see something different. So when you come back, you may focus on something else. I'm wondering if you can imagine what it would be like if you could no longer blame yourself or judge yourself with regards to how you speak and what you say to yourself. Because it does matter what we truly do say. And it does matter why we do the things that we do. To the point, though, not that we need to figure out why, because answering the question why just keeps you stuck in the loop. So it's about embracing our true selves, not as victims, as someone who has experiences that we've had, and that they are unique to us. They are ours. And so we either willingly or unwillingly become perpetrators of our own thoughts and feelings. So we've either been the perpetrator or we've perpetrated onto others. And here's the thing. Here's the secret. They're just thoughts. You don't have to act on them. Not every thought needs to be shared or needs to be given the full weight of your powerful mind. Remember, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I'll never forget my father sharing that with me. And we were told this as kids because, it was what we were supposed to say when a bully came up to us. Except maybe it worked if for another person, maybe they believed you, except if you didn't really believe yourself, it probably didn't stick, pun intended. And you still use your words to hurt you. So the mantra needs to be sticks and stones will break my bones, and I will no longer use words to hurt me. It's not even about somebody else. Switching gears a little bit, I want to talk a little bit about the language, specific things that we do. Using always and never. I just love when someone says, Sharyn, you always, or Sharyn, you never. Is that really true? The truth is, most of the time, I do this, or Sharyn, most of the time you do this, or some of the time you do that. That's the truth. And then I can then hear. Because as soon as someone says always or never to you, what do? You shut down. You don't want to hear them. You already go into the defensive mode. You already believe that, oh no, they're now going to attack me, or there's now something I have to look at that I may not want to, and on and on and on. So use most of the time. Or if you're speaking to someone else, up until now, I did this, and I am now choosing something else. It's always going to be about choice. You always have a choice as to what words you use. Here's another one that I just love. I'm sorry. I'm sorry gets so overused. I'm sorry is empathy. So you would say, I'm sorry that you lost your pet. I'm sorry that you can't find a special book that you were looking for. I'm sorry that you lost your favorite piece of jewelry, or you lost anything. I'm sorry is empathy. So you can say, I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings, because you can be empathetic towards somebody's feelings. And then it needs to be followed up with, I apologize. An apology is taking responsibility. I apologize that I hurt your feelings. I apologize that I said what I said the way that I said it. I didn't mean it. I apologize, again, about taking responsibility. I'm sorry puts it on to someone else. It's all about taking responsibility for your communication. And let's also keep in mind that an apology without a changed behavior can also be construed as a version of manipulation. Again, the I'm sorry part is putting it back on them, putting it back on the other. The them is the other. Oh, shoulds. I can't begin to tell you how many shoulds I put on myself today, just even before I went live with this show. I'm sure you all have your own rundown of shoulds, and my mantra is I need to stop shoulding on myself, or stop shoulding on yourself. And part of the shoulds is the judgment. Please, also, I beg of you to stop judging yourself. You are who you are. You are unique. Embrace your uniqueness. You get to be you. Stop trying to be somebody else. Or now we're going to talk about try. Yoda said, do or not do. There is no try. My wonderful example is when I'm in a room with someone, I would throw a pencil onto the floor and I would tell them to try and pick up the pencil. And of course they would look at me, and then they of course would bend over and pick up the pencil. And I'd be like, no, I didn't tell you to pick up the pencil. I told you to try to pick up the pencil. There is no trying. It is just doing. And trying also then allows judgment. We then judge ourselves for trying because it's all tied in. It's all interwoven with the shoulding. I should try. I should try. I should do. Stop. Just stop. Allow yourself your process. Allow yourself your thoughts. They're just thoughts. And don't get carried away with them. I beg of you. I have a friend who used to say to me when I would have used my self-deprecating talk, or I would be shitting on myself, and she would say, stop being mean to my friend Sharyn. And it was such an incredible tool for me because it would snap me out of what I was doing. Because we don't even realize, I know for sure, I don't realize, I am much better at it. I didn't up until now realize how often I would actually beat myself up and go down that downward spiral. So again, how powerful our words and our thoughts are. And we don't necessarily have to act on our thoughts using our words. I mean, we teach our children to use their words when they get frustrated rather than hitting. It's the most powerful tool we have are our words. I grew up believing that you are what you eat, or at least that was what I was conditioned to believe and what I was constantly told. And I've just now gotten, you are what you say. You are what you eat and you are what you say. And I know you are what you think, although thoughts can be changed. Once the words are spoken, it's very hard to pull them back. I know we've all had experiences where we've said things that just hang in the air that we wish we could bring back and take back in and pull them back in, and oi. It is about you being as self-aware of your own languaging and the things that you say to yourself before saying them out loud. So a simple example of this would be someone says to you, you look great. And then you say back, oh my God, I'm so fat. I'm so ugly. Oh God, this shirt is so out of style. I can't believe this is what I picked today. And what in effect you actually did was you offended them. You now maybe perhaps made them feel uncomfortable, since you are now negating what they said. Everything that they said was now a lie because they believe that you look great. Just take the compliment. There's no need. There's no need. And but. We're going to go to break, and when we come back, I'm going to talk about and but. See you soon.
At different times on our life journey, we can feel stuck and struggle with seeing our way through. What if the answer to the struggle is just to go deeper than the surface? By tuning in to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols, you'll receive insight and guidance on exploring your feelings in order to heal yourself. Are you ready to create a more satisfying, peaceful, and successful life? Listen for the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols Show with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also ask questions or comments by email by sending to Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everybody. You are listening to Feel to Heal with me, Sharyn Nichols, and today's topic is speaking with intent. And before we went to break, I was talking about different languaging, because languaging is the most powerful tool that we have, and that our brains are programmed to process more negative information than positive information, which leads me into the and the but. I love this. We use but so much in our everyday vernacular. Simple sentence. I love you, but you smell. I love you, and you smell. Which one would you rather hear? I would rather hear I love you and, because the but negated the I love you. We negate so much of our own words and thoughts and feelings. And so how can we expect someone else to hear us if we're constantly negating? And so therefore, they are already on the defensive. They only hear the negative. Remember, we only hear the negative. So it's about training your brain. So I ask permission of my clients when they use but, for me to come over them and say and I use and so much more that now my children are like, Mom, a but actually works here. But is still a contraction, and it is still an important part of the English language. It's just been so overused. So get off your butts. Stop using your butts. Stop leading with your butt. Ha ha ha. Again, pun intended. We use honestly a lot. And in the shortened version on when we're texting, TBH, to be honest. Saying honestly or TBH, saying it before you make your point, means that you don't always say what you mean. If someone says to you, honestly, do you then question whether they are being honest or whether they're actually lying because they have to qualify it? You shouldn't have to qualify if you're being honest. So it is about being honest with yourself first. And you can say, if I'm being honest with myself, qualify it that way. And I haven't always been honest with myself, and now this is how I feel. Wow, I've uncovered so much. We have people in our life who use the negative approach. with themselves. They talk out loud to you, most probably, with their negative talk. So how do you point out to them their negative speech without, of course, hurting their feelings or without putting them on the defensive? It's always great to start with a question, meaning, are you open to some feedback? Are you open to hearing? Are you open to allowing me to say what I'm actually hearing? Or you are feeling it yourself, you certainly can say, I'm inviting you to give me some feedback as to what you're actually hearing. Remember, it's part of the meditation from earlier was also about opening up your hearing for what others are saying and then what you are actually speaking. I mean, yes, I know you have your thoughts and you don't have to act on them. Your thoughts, you also don't always have to speak them. Although I know we always want to come off looking our best, sounding our best. And quite often we don't speak because we are so afraid of being judged. Stop judging yourself. And just know that honestly, we all judge. You are going to be judged. We can't help it. It's part of the human condition, especially since we are so conditioned to listen to the negative. So that's where the judging part comes in. So start with yourself, stop judging yourself, and then you won't judge others. You may not judge others as quickly as much as you do yourself. So let's be mindful of what we're also speaking and how we're speaking it, because the children around us are complete and total sponges. They hear everything, and it's never too late. It is never too late to change your way of speaking. I do it constantly with my children. When I realize that I have been saying something or been acting or not listening, I let them know what I now want to elicit and exhibit, the change in behavior, the change in my tone, the change in my wording, because it's about me taking responsibility for me and my speaking and my words. And it's about me being impeccable for me, which I'll get to in a minute. Think about the people that you like being around. Why do you like being around them? Because you like what they have to say, or you like how you feel when they're speaking, or you just know that they are hearing you and that they are listening through the judgments that you are speaking for yourself. So they really hear your truth and that they also are not judging. We like to be around people when we feel as though we're not being judged. It's one of the reasons why I love being a therapist, because I get to show up and not judge, because there is no judgment. We all do what we do because we do what we do, because we're humans and we're all been conditioned to think, behave, believe, and we all always have a choice as to how we are going to react to all of our thoughts, to someone else's thoughts and feelings and their actions. We then have control over our actions and reactions. Always. It's always a choice. And this seems to be the buzz that keeps happening all around me lately. Choose. It's always a choice. You always have a choice to be present. You always have a choice as to what words you're going to use. And you always have a choice as to how you are going to react when you are triggered, because you know you're going to be triggered. You can't help it. Again, all part of the human condition. Affirmations are always a good way to go. the affirmations that I said at the end of the meditation, I have my own. I have my own little mantras. I have my own things that I do to get out of my own way. I work with decks of cards. I will even go on to Facebook or Instagram and look up interesting quotes, just anything that'll get me out of my own way so I can speak my truth once I've been triggered. So I can calm myself or just get myself back into center, because shit happens. We're all going to get triggered. And I know that in order for me to show up not being judgmental, I have to let go of the judging that I'm doing for myself. And it does get easier. I promise you, it gets so much easier. It's a muscle. You must practice this. I mean, that's why it's practicing the art of meditation or the art of mindfulness. It's always a choice, and we always get to choose how we are going to be and how we're going to show up. It's about using your positive words. It's also about not taking on someone else's words. I mean, how quickly do phrases and things get picked up upon and used over and over and over again to the point that they lose their initial meaning, and then we then start judging, and are we using it right? Or, I mean, sometimes I'm actually afraid to say things because I feel as though, here we go, I feel as though I'm going to actually be judged because I'm not saying them right. And I'm not just talking about the pronunciation of words. That's one thing, that I'm not going to actually be using the word correctly. So I start that off by saying, I'm not sure if I'm using this the right way, or, please correct me if I am not using this the correct way or the right way, because it's always good to use the precursor because you won't be judged. So if you already start off not with the negative by saying, I know I may not be using it correctly. So it's not being self-effacing, or, it's not about putting yourself down. It's please correct me, or please help me, because we always always, most of the time, we want to help someone who's asking for help. And that's where so then it's about the tone. So it's not about, I know I'm not using it right, to, I don't think I'm using this correctly. Using your tone, using your words. Again, going back to when you were in kindergarten and your teacher would say, please use your words, not your fists or stomping around or all the things that we did when we were a little kid. We're about to go to break, and when we come back from break, we're going to talk more about your choices and the words that you use. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side. You are listening to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols, and today's topic is speaking with intent. See you back in a minute.
At different times on our life journey, we can feel stuck and struggle with seeing our way through. What if the answer to the struggle is just to go deeper than the surface? By tuning in to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols, you'll receive insight and guidance on exploring your feelings in order to heal yourself. Are you ready to create a more satisfying, peaceful, and successful life? Listen for the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. This is Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also ask questions or comments by email by sending to Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everybody. You are listening to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols, and our subject today is speaking with intent. So if you've just joined us, always talking about choice. We always have a choice with our words, with our actions, and with our reactions. You know, we've all seen that person. You know, they walk into a room and they're just glowing. They are just oozing confidence. And we all want to be around them because of their energy and because we can't take our eyes off of them. Chances are they were outside doing a lot of positive self-talk. You can imagine the positive self-talk that I have to do in order to do this. I love it. It is such an incredible exercise for me. I'm so grateful that I said yes, that I get to do this because I want to be that. You know, this sort of fake it till you make it. I'm assuming we've all heard that. And to me, it's about showing up. It's about my choice. Always about my choice. It's about changing your mind, changing your mindset, and allowing yourself to have the thoughts. They're just thoughts. Wow. I didn't like that tone. Allowing yourself to just have the thoughts that you need to have. You could just sort of watch them go by. It's okay. It's where you get caught up is when you stop and hold on to them and allow them to just go through. Move them through. Imagine that the thoughts are just spiraling, much like the meditation, and just watch them go away. You don't have to hold on to them. Your thoughts don't have to rule you. They don't have to own you. Do you like being quoted? Do you like when your words are so powerful that you actually can change someone else's life and attitude? I know I do. There's always an invitation for you to change your words. Always an invitation. And I am so grateful that each day I get a choice. So I want to talk about Don Miguel Ruiz because he has the 4 agreements. And his first agreement is about being impeccable with your word. The Latin root of impeccable is peccatus, which means sin. And the im means without. So impeccable means without sin. And now I believe that a sin is anything that you do that goes against yourself. It's not a moral or a religious thing. It's just common sense. So I know me, I was worried actually about me using the word sin because I know where the mind can go to that negative place, it's not about a moral or a religious thing. It is truly about what you do to yourself and what you say to yourself. So when you are impeccable with your word, you're not actually going against yourself. You're taking responsibility for your words and your actions. And there's no blame or judgment. It is the correct energy to use in the direction of truth and love. So speaking your truth and using your words, all about love of self. It's ultimately what we all want. We all want to love ourselves. We all just want to be loved, and you always have a choice. So I invite you to choose to love yourself. I invite you to show up as pure love that you are. Remember, happiness is not the destination. It's within you always, at all times. Be as aware of your own language as you can. Because you are what you say. And you may also always ask for an apology from someone. If they're just saying, I'm sorry, you certainly can say, what I actually need, I hear that you're sorry and that you're having empathy for me because my feelings are now hurt. Not that I'm blaming you or judging you. I just need an apology. I need you to take responsibility for the fact that you did hurt my feelings. I know it wasn't your intention. I know that's not what you started out or what you meant to do, although that's what actually ended up happening. So please acknowledge that you actually did do something that hurt me. And then I will be able to let it go. So quite often we hold on to those I'm sorries and they start ruminating, and we need to just allow them to go, because it's not about taking it personally, because at the end of the day, it's not about you. And as I was saying, with regards to your word, use your words for good. Use your words that are positive. Don't project all over someone else. So next week's show, everybody, is It's Not Me, It's You, meaning stop projecting. Are you overly defensive? Are you offended easily or find yourself with hurt feelings more often than not? See, more often than not always or never. Maybe you're taking the words or actions of other people too personally. So on next week's show, we're going to discuss how to stop internalizing and saying, it's not me, it's you. So thank you, everybody, for today. And in closing, in gratitude for you all, peace, love, and satisfaction. And as Oscar Wilde said, you might as well be you because everyone else is taken. Until next week, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for choosing to listen to the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show. Sharyn Nichols will return next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, give up the struggle, feel all you need to feel, and make this week your best one yet.